Where are we at here? Okay. We're not going to have all that buzzing the whole time. Let's see. I'm patiently waiting for folks to come in. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you. I see one thumbs up. That means that we're live. We're active. Means we're live. Got one person here. Okay. You're here. Neely's here. So lighting is a little different. Hey, Janelle Robinson. Hey, CD620 the Great. Okay, I had to put my glasses on, guys, so I could see. Miss Fortitude, I like that name. I like that name. I remember who was over there. Mortal Minds was over there. Zensley, Heavy Hands made it over. It's just a matter of clicking a link, right? And then we're here. Got 9 people. All right. I see 7 thumbs up. That gives me the encouragement. Thanks, guys. Another 10 seconds. Another 10 seconds and I'm going to get started. Hey. And if you're not following me over here, please click the follow button because I do intend on giving some focus to this channel. I do intend on live streaming over here. So thank you guys for you made it. You made it. Where's the super chat button? I don't know how to. Immortal Mind, you know you're an expert at this. You're an expert in this YouTube live stream world. Let me see. How do you do that? Well, I'll put it to you this way. If anybody wants to make some sort of donation, my Cash App is $, Ty Phoenix, spelled like my name. So, and I'll learn, like I said, I'll become more skilled and proficient. You were looking for the super chat. I got to figure out how to do that, guys. You know, maybe you can help me out. Okay, yeah. Immortal Minds is definitely knowledgeable about the live stream world. Thank you guys for coming over here. Gonna start giving more attention to this channel. I spend, believe it or not, I'm definitely on Instagram. That can't be denied, right? I post on Instagram, but do you know what? Do you know the social media site that I spend the most time on? That I believe, you know, have the greatest amount of like the devotion to is YouTube. I'm on YouTube a lot, and I wanted to really start just breathing life into this channel and just giving it an opportunity to grow. You know, it's what will we do without YouTube, right? YouTube, yeah, I wanted to do that. So let me just jump right in because I know you guys. I can sense, you know, that you're very eager to get this information, and I'm eager to get it out. So the North Node and South Node, right? We know how important the North Node and the South Node are in astrology. In your chart, the North Node, that's where you're headed. That's the mission you're on. That's what you came here to learn, right, Suzette? Yes. Right, Suzette? That's what you're here to learn. The South Node is the opposite. It's familiar territory that you've already covered. Everyone has a North Node and South Node in their chart, but I'm particularly in this particular live. I apologize. I will stop. I don't know if you could hear the beeping. I'm gonna turn my phone off. In this particular live, I'm talking about the transiting South Node. the transiting South Node, transiting North Node, they went into Taurus, Scorpio in January. So they're already there. So this live is not about, oh, the North Node and South Node are about to go into Taurus, Scorpio. No, they're not about to do anything. They already transitioned into Taurus and Scorpio in January. They were in Gemini, Sagittarius for a year and a half. You having a North Node return right now? Your North Node is 28 degrees of Taurus? If so, listen, that's what I wanted to talk about. So really quickly, I'm not saying that I'm not going to give attention to the North Node, because I am going to talk about the North Node, because you can't really talk about the North Node and not talk about the South Node and vice versa. But this live is primarily about the South Node because that's the download that I got. That's the information that came to me. I was like, I really need to. I was at work and I said, you know what? I really need to highlight this and share this information with whoever is supposed to hear it, right? Because we only get the information that we're supposed to hear. April 28th is your birthday. April 28th. Oh, okay. Happy birthday. Happy early birthday, right? Because it's still Aquarius season and April 28th is Taurus season. So the North Node is on your sun. Okay. So the North Node, again, it's what we're here to master. It's the mission that we're on. It's what we're here to learn and accomplish. The South Node, the opposite. I'm not saying we should abandon it. I'm not saying that we should stay away from it, but we're headed toward the North Node. The South Node in Scorpio, the North Node in Taurus. Well, first let me deal with the North Node in Taurus. Taurus is your value. Taurus is your money. Taurus is your possessions. Taurus is your material wealth. Taurus deals with tangible aesthetics, the things that we love to touch, the things that we appreciate visually, the things that stimulate our senses, right? You walk in someone's house, you're like, ooh, what is that soup cooking? Ooh, what are those candles burning? Oh, I love this fine art. You know, things that we can appreciate visually, tactile experiences, things that we can touch. That's Taurus. This is Earth, right? Things that you actually can, he said, as a Taurus, right? You have the sun in Taurus, right? Heavy hands, you have the sun in Taurus. So you know, you're like, if it's appealing to my senses, I like it. That's Taurus. The second sign in the zodiac. The first sign is Aries. That's identity. After you identify yourself and you know who you are, the second, that second sign in the zodiac, Taurus, right? So the North Node in Taurus for the next year and a half. You have to be clear about your value. You have to be clear about your possessions. You have to be clear about the value that you place on possessions. You have to be clear about your resources. Uranus, which represents technology, is also in Taurus and has been there. So Uranus in Taurus and the North Node in Taurus. This is all about making money as a result of innovative ideas, currency coming to those who venture out and try new things, those who explore technological advancement and experimentation, right? So, but what I really wanted to talk about was the South Node in Scorpio and what came to me and what I felt was important as far as what you guys needed to know. Now, Scorpio is a water sign. It deals with emotions, like all water signs deal with emotions. But Scorpio deals with the emotions that we don't really see. Scorpio is the hidden, the veiled emotions that deal with what is in the crevices of your subconscious, right? Think about all the emotions that you love showing people when you show, oh, hi. Think about all the pictures you post. You're always smiling, right? You're always happy. You never post pictures or express yourself publicly when you're feeling confused, when you're feeling resentful, when you're feeling bitter. Those emotions don't see the light of day, right? Only the emotions that you like to openly share and put out there to others, those are the emotions that we're more free with. Those are the emotions that we can openly, express. But Scorpio is not those emotions. Scorpio is the hidden emotions, the deeper, darker emotions, oftentimes. So, one of the things that I felt like this will be number one, right? On the list. One of the things that I feel like you should be aware of with respect to the South Node transiting the sign of Scorpio over this next year and a half is that the hidden emotions that we often suppress and that we don't share so openly and readily with others will be exposed and addressed. Why? Not just because the universe wants to humiliate us, not just because the universe wants to pick on us, and oh, people don't know that you actually deal with depression once every 3 months and you keep that a secret. I'm expose that to everybody. No, not just for the purpose of humiliating you, not for the purpose of just putting your secrets and your hidden, more personal, private emotions into the larger sphere of everyone else, everyone else to see and view and judge and critique and assess. No, the reason why the negative hidden emotions will surface is so that they can be transmuted and healed. Now, this is my crown lobe. So I'm telling you what came to me. You may or may not agree, or maybe you will, but I'm just telling you what came to me. So those emotions that you don't so readily share and you're not so proud of, that remain hidden and veiled within the dark parts of your, as some people say, Akashic records, that part of your soul that knows every, hey, new non-naturals, hey, that part of your soul that knows every experience that you've ever been through and every bit of pain you've endured and every scar that has healed or every scar that hasn't healed from 3 months ago, from 3 lifetimes ago. I mean, your Akashic record is the journey you've been taking through multiple lifetimes, right? So, number one, I'll repeat it. It's the exorcism of demons, pretty much. The exorcism of demons, i.e., negative emotions that will surface for the purpose of being addressed, because you can't heal or transform or transmute what you won't address, right? What you don't address and what you don't acknowledge exists, it can't be dealt with, right? What do we say? We got to deal. We got to get real so we can deal and then we can heal. It's a process. So the exorcism of demons, because your unprocessed toxic emotions are demons. Yes, there are actual entities, there are actual living beings that take on the form of demonic creatures. But for the most part, demons are just the unprocessed, unhealed, toxic emotions that exist within all of us. Some of us, our demons run our lives. Everybody has emotions deeply suppressed within their subconscious, hidden away, like we said, tucked away, veiled. People don't see your resentment. They don't see your bitterness. They don't see your pettiness all the time. Some people, I know they're proud of it. That's their skill. Like, oh, what do you put on your resume? Petty. I know some people aren't secretive about the petty. They're like, I need you to know I have a talent. You play the violin? No, I'm petty. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Some people, we know this, right? But for the most part, most people conceal those emotions. Most people are not so proud of the fact that they have those darker, toxic emotions that haven't really been right. You can run 3 miles. You can run 3 miles in less than 30 minutes. No, I'm petty. I can come up with the most immature, insulting things that a person can say to hurt someone else's feelings. That's my talent. I don't, hey, like I said, we all have demons. Some people's demons run them. You see people in the morning walking their dogs, and then sometimes they're holding a leash, and you're like, damn, you're not walking that dog. That dog is walking you. There's some people's demons that do that to them. They're the ones walking the person. The person's not controlling the demons. The demons actually controlling the person. So with the South Node in Scorpio, and Scorpio being the hidden, veiled, I'm kind of repeating for the people that just came in, the hidden, veiled, not so healthy emotions that are buried in the crevices of your subconscious, the South Node in Scorpio is going to say, look, these demons need to be exorcised. Like, like an exorcism, how like when they be holding up the cross, like, okay, these demons need to be purged. These demons need to be processed, ripped apart, destroyed, put in the dumpster. But how can you do that if they're hidden? How can you do that if you don't want to acknowledge that they exist, right? So, and I have to yeah, I mean, we're here. I'm going to just briefly recap like 2 seconds. So, number one, the exorcism of demons, aka unprocessed, unhealed, toxic emotions that are buried deep within the crevices of your subconscious that you do not want to necessarily own up to, or you do not necessarily want to admit they exist. Hey, is that monumental? Is that monumental? Because I'm seeing YouTube names, not Instagram names. But I think that's I could be. I hope so. But so the exorcism of your demons. You know what I mean? Like literally, you need an exorcism. We all do. Some of us are doing more work on a regular basis than others. Some of us are, hey, so monumental, you know about this, doing work to actually own up and admit to who you are behind the veil. Because we all have a veiled self. We have a public self. We have an embraced self. Like, oh, this is who I am. And then there's the part of you that you're like, wow, I'm really not. Like there's a meme or like a reel going around where like the guy says, he goes, it says something about forgiveness, right? And he says, I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm probably not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that, right? Whole different topic. But my point is that the exorcism of your demons is on the table at this point with this South Node in Scorpio. The South Node in Scorpio. Remember, Scorpio is deep investment. Scorpio is deep, intense investment. Like, I'm fully connected. I'm fully entrenched in this, and I don't want to let go. No, don't give me the machete. Don't give me the scissors. Don't give me the knife to cut these strings. I am invested. And sometimes, even when something is toxic, when something is useless, when something is counterproductive, when something is destructive, when something is all out just demonic, you still may be attached to it. You still may be connected. So this South Node in Scorpio is like, no. These strings to these demons that are controlling you on an emotional level, on a psychological level, they got to go. The exorcism of your demons is on the table. Very controversial topic because some people are like, I don't have demons. Some people don't have demons. Some people, the demons have them. Like I said, the demons have them. Yes, the demons are walking. You're not walking the dog. The dog's pulling you down the street. You know? You're like holding the leash like, no, let's go. The dog is like, nah, we going across the street now. We're going to the woods. We're going. That's how some people's demons run their life. And the South Node of Scorpio is really going to make that air apparent for you that your demons are your demons are not only not supposed to be running you, they need to be transmuted and transformed and healed. And it could be deep-seated fears. It could be spite. Some of you literally, I don't know. I see videos come up on YouTube was like talking about how some people literally, like how some people pray, to be healthy, or they pray for their family members, or they pray. There's some people that actually pray that other people are hurt, that other people are wounded, that other people are harmed. And I'm like, wow, I hear about these things. If that be the case, South Node of Scorpio has got a plan for you. You got to be aware of the demons, because Exactly. And Wes, you got to be aware of the demons. Why? Because you may not even be calling them demons. You may, like we said, we made a joke a few minutes ago. Adonis was laughing. Some people are like, I'm petty, and that's funny. That's comedy. No, sometimes pettiness is about just being mean and spiteful because your heart is just very unpure. You know what I mean? And you just don't know how to address it and embrace it and deal with it so it can be healed. So, that type of shit. That type of shit. So moving on, right? Now, what is transmutation anyway? Transmutation, which is a scorpionic thing because Scorpio is death and transformation, right? So transmutation is the act of changing the state of something, right? Pettiness is not cute. Like when you're grown, it's not cute. I mean, I see people all day. It's like, how can I be more petty on Tuesday than I was on Monday? And I'm like, this is not cute, right? Like this is not appealing. And anybody who's attracted to you, that likes this quality in you, you guys both, I mean, I'm sure your demons are just literally dancing back and forth, like destroying you're destroying each other. I mean, people out here, they like what they like. I'm not here to judge. Well, actually, I am here to judge because I'm a Virgo rising. But anyway, transmutation, right? Transmutation, changing from one state to another. So your demons will be transmuted. You hear men saying that they're petty and he makes you cringe. That doubly makes me cringe when a man says he's petty. That's doubly on. Oh, and a woman, I'm like, you're a grown woman that pays bills and whatever, and your talent is petty. That's at the top of your resume when you submit your resume on Indeed. I'm petty. Okay, and then there's men that actually like you and that like you. I'm like, or whatever. Anyway, keep it moving. So people are not honest about the dark emotions that dictate their personalities and that color their mindset and behaviors. So basically, what that means is that most people are not even authentic about what's really consuming them internally, right? Most people are not authentic about it. They don't want to embrace it. They don't want to really just own up. And that's everybody. So that's just something to think about. So we got to be real so then we can deal and then we can heal. Like the exorcism of the demons that we have to first admit exist. All of that's going to happen with South Node and Scorpio. All right. So that was kind of number 2 and number 1 and 2 together. Let me move on. Number 3, right? Monumental's on here and she has a sun in Scorpio. One of the darker traits of Scorpionic energy is what? Control, right? You guys can talk to me and give me your feedback. One of the darker traits of Scorpionic energy is control. The illusion of control will dissipate with the South Node in Scorpio transit. The reality that you only control what is in your immediate reality to be controlled. That will be a major lesson that will be emphasized under the South Node and Scorpio transit. You only control what is in the realm of being controlled, what is able to be controlled. So there's an illusion about control. There's an illusion that you control what other people are doing. There's an illusion that you control everything that happens, around you. You don't really have control over every facet of life. You only have control over that which is in your immediate realm to be controlled. So the illusion, which is the lower vibrational expression of Scorpio, control, right? That illusion will dissipate. The illusion of control, right? So more people will understand, you know what? It doesn't matter how I tried to twist and turn that story and manipulate this and change this around. And I tried to pull the strings on this. I couldn't control anything other than what is in my immediate domain to be controlled. That will become heir apparent under this transit. Okay? That will become heir apparent. I have to wear my glasses because I can't see the chat if I don't. YouTube is a little different than Instagram. So yeah, the illusion of control, it's out of here. Like the more you attempt to control things that, number one, not your business to try to control. Number two, you just wasting energy and exerting effort trying to control things that you learn you can't. You're going to become emotionally and spiritually drained and exhausted, even on a physical level, because Scorpio, again, deals with control, and the South Node in Scorpio will highlight the fact that you cannot control everything. Only the things that you're supposed to control. And let's start. That's your thoughts, and it's because this is Scorpio. This is a water sign. So your emotions, the health of your Hey, Cosmic Queen, your emotions, your reality, your habits, your commitments, your choices. That is in the realm of what you can control. The things you can't control, you will quickly and very rapidly find out that you cannot control the things that's not meant for you to control. So that's number 3. Number 4, the transformation of self, because Scorpio deals with death and transformation. Everyone loves change. Nobody loves to death. But death is a prerequisite for transformation. In order for new things to blossom, in order for us to see these beautiful flowers coming up out of the ground in about, 8-10 weeks from now, the leaves had to fall off the trees. It's just life. Death is a prerequisite for transformation. So the transformation of self will be graphic and volatile because old things surfacing don't want to go. The demons that run you, or the demons that you don't know exist, like we just talked about for the past 10 minutes, they don't want to go. You know what I mean? Things don't want to willingly die. These have been habits and ideas and philosophies that you've held on to for decades sometimes. Maybe since birth. I don't know. Maybe you carried some things through the womb. This is generational. You know what I'm saying? Genetic transference. I don't know. But most of those demons probably don't want to die. So you're talking about a volatile graphic transformation that may be a struggle. If you're resistant, if you're in denial, right? So that's something you need. The transformation of self will be a very intense process for those who don't acknowledge the demons that they possess and who are unwilling or rebellious when it comes to releasing those demons. Does that mean, okay, I'm going to stop for a second. Cameo said, I used to be mean. As sweet and pretty as you are, Cameo, used to be mean? I can't see that. Just I used to be mean. Oh, the chat just disappeared. Okay, let me see. I used to be mean. Okay, there it is. I used to be mean and petty. I was hurt and had hate and pain. But see, this is what I'm saying, right? Because you can admit that and you're aware of it, that means there's some sort of, see, look, when you are conscious of self, that means you can look at yourself in third person. The same way you can watch a movie and be like, oh, that character is stupid. Don't open that door. Don't go down that hallway. You know how you watch a movie and you can critique a character as they're acting? If you can't do that to yourself, then your growth is probably really stunted on certain levels. You have to be able to watch yourself like you're a character in a movie and you're the director, like, you shouldn't have said that. Maybe you should just chill. Maybe you should fall back. Maybe you should maybe you got to be able to do that to yourself the way you do that so readily when you're judging and critiquing other people, right? So, the transformation of self will be a graphic and volatile experience for those who either don't allow their demons to surface or the people who are in denial about those dark, deep, repressed, hidden emotions in the crevices of the subconscious that they don't know exist. Now, I want to say something. This live was not supposed to be about Jupiter and Pisces, but Pisces deals with the subconscious too, and Jupiter is in Pisces. Matter of fact, Pisces, low expression Pisces is drugs, right? Drugs, intoxication, addiction. And as you see, Biden just signed some bill where people can go in a building now and get crack pipes or something, or get drugs, or you guys know. Let me know in the chat. Bring the chat back for a second because I can't see it. Do you guys know about this bill where if you are addicted to drugs, you can get the paraphernalia? You can get the paraphernalia, and now they'll give you the crack pipe or give you the needle or give you whatever. That's the most Jupiter and Pisces shit I've ever heard of in my life. That is the most, and nobody will ever. Here's the thing. That is Jupiter and Pisces in trine to the South Node in Scorpio, because Scorpio is also death. Addiction can lead to death. Jupiter in Pisces, an abundance of intoxicants or narcotics, while the South Node is, you're going to see a lot of people when they have these houses, whatever they're calling them. I don't know. I didn't fully read the article, but when you're seeing these houses where you're able to go and smoke crack, these buildings or facilities. Do you guys know about this? You know about this, right? Biden, Harris, they're going to provide you the drug paraphernalia that you need to get high. Do you know about this? You're going to see so many people dying from that shit. South Node in Scorpio, Jupiter in Pisces, which is an abundance of not only intoxicants, addictions, it's also sorrow. Okay? You're going to see so many people that OD and die from that, or depending on what you believe, maybe they'll be intentionally killed. This is just my opinion. Like, you ain't gotta take it and run with it. But I mean, think about it. If you go into a government run facility to shoot up heroin, right? You go into a government run facility to shoot up heroin, and then you just drop dead right there on the floor with the needle in your arm. What can they say? How can they take accountability? You're gonna have to probably sign so many documents before you actually go into that facility, right? So what are they gonna do? They're gonna call your family and be like, I guess he had a bad dose, or I guess whatever. At the end of the day, like, even if they take you out for whatever reasons, because depopulation is a real thing, but we won't go into that. But I just wanted to talk about the relationship between Jupiter and Pisces and the South Node in Scorpio, because Pisces and Scorpio are water signs. Pisces and Scorpio trine one another. So Jupiter is in trine to the South Node at this point. Neptune in Pisces is in trine to the South Node. That is addictions that lead to death. You can listen to politicians if you want to, or you can listen to astrology, but that is addictions that will lead to death. Period. Harmonious relationship, a trine. Jupiter, Neptune conjunct, that's an abundance of getting high. That's an abundance of delusions around substances. Are y'all following me? Are y'all following me? Are y'all following me on this or no? No? They've killed for less. They've killed for less. Listen, I'm not going to go. That's a whole nother live about, depopulation and intentionally just pushing people over the edge who were probably already going to kill themselves anyway, because Jupiter and Pisces, there is an imbalance there with respect to addiction. I was cold-hearted. Oh, she sounded like Rick James. I was cold as ice long ago. Okay, anyway. She said I was cold-hearted. Listen, Cameo, you're aware. You feel me? Like, awareness is like, that's where the battle begins, okay? So that's the transformation of self will be volatile. The transformation of self will be intense. The transformation of self may be a little harsh for some people. And I just for some reason wanted to talk about that relationship between Jupiter and Pisces and the South Node in Scorpio. Talk about the transformation, Scorpio, death and transformation, and now people can go get high, and the government is going to help them do it. I don't. If you think spiritual warfare is just some abstract concept that people talk about on social media, on these metaphysical pages, and it's not a real thing, you're not paying attention. You're not paying attention. Period. You're not paying attention. Hey, caller, we're like on number 4. I was talking about the top 5 things people need to know about South Node in Scorpio, but maybe we'll recap a little bit because I want everybody to get this. But yeah, I just touched on briefly the government now having these houses where people are going to go get crack. They're going to be administered crack pipes, and they're going to be administered needles so you can go get high and you can go shoot up. I don't know if you guys know about that. It's a big news story. That's Jupiter and Pisces, which is drugs, trying the South Node in Scorpio, which is death. People are going to go in there, get their needles from, you know, these houses, these little facilities, get their crack. First of all, crack pipes. Like, they're saying crack pipes, but who's fucking smoking crack? Like, it's 2022. Who's smoking crack? Nobody's smoking fucking crack. This isn't the 80s. Like, stop it. You know, no. But they're saying we're gonna give you crack pipes. It's assisted suicide. People were already probably on that course. You know, there's one thing to be living, and it's another thing to be alive. One thing to be existing, and another thing to be alive. And if, you know, you're a slave to drugs, if you're a slave to a feeling, if you're a slave to escapism, which is low vibrational Pisces, drugs, low vibrational Pisces, if you're a slave to that, you probably aren't alive. You're just existing. So they're just speeding up the process. I don't know. Maybe they need your organs. Maybe they need your melanin. I don't know. You know what I mean? They like, well, let's hurry up and get them out of here. We could go so many different directions in this conversation with the things that I just addressed. But all I'm trying to say is Jupiter in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces, water sign. South Node in Scorpio, water sign. Scorpio, death and transformation. Pisces, drugs. They knew the energy. These motherfuckers got astrologers. They're like, let's speed up the process by which they're going to die. Let's assist them in their self-destruction. Let's provide them the tools and the equipment, and let's give them let's give them all the spoils. The devil is a liar, right? The devil's a liar. Oh, the devil's a liar. So the transformation of self, that was number 4. The transformation of self will be volatile. It will be vicious. It will be graphic. It will be intense. It will be ugly. It will be ugly on many levels because a lot of people are not even aware that these demons exist, or they don't really call what they hold and harbor in their spirit demons. They don't see it as that, you know? We talked about that. Number 1 was the exorcism of demons is real. That means the toxic emotions that people don't know exist, we're calling them demons. The exorcism of demons will be real under this. And number 5, I guess we can say, Scorpio is often known for as the sign of sex. But again, I always explain this to people. It's the 8th house in the zodiac, but everybody's 8th house is not Scorpio. So the 8th house, you know, for Aries happens to actually be Scorpio. But the 8th house for Gemini is not Scorpio. So everybody's 8th house is that sexual house. But Scorpio is known as for merging and for sex. So I want to say this. The low vibrational imbalance, like root sacral chakra shit, that shit is out of here. Where people, you know, use sexuality as a poisonous tool to either manipulate, control, or manipulate, or to facilitate relations or whatever. The toxic sexuality. And sexuality is a beautiful thing. Don't misconstrue what I'm saying. Sexuality is the way we all got here. Sexuality is creative energy because that's how people get created. But that toxic, poisonous, like every 3 people you scroll, you looking at butt cracks on your screen, and I'm like, I didn't need to see your butt crack. Not because I don't appreciate the human body, not because I don't appreciate beautiful people, not because I don't appreciate sex, but because you just want my energy right now. You want to draw from me. You are using this as a way to pull energy from me because it is low vibrational, in a way to try to control, to magnetize people because you have no other appealing characteristics, or because you're just really like imbalanced within yourself. Using that sexuality, using low vibrational, unhealthy, imbalanced sexuality as a way to manipulate, control, distort. All that shit is out of here. That South Node Scorpio, out of here. I mean, honestly, I've seen evidence. I've seen people, artists who posted songs. I don't have to name them, those art who these artists are, but they posted their songs recently, and these just lewd. They're just lewd. It's not sexy or appealing, or it's not suggestive in a way where it's like, it's interesting or appeals to you. Just really just low and crass for the sake of being crass. I've seen the comments, and people are like, this ain't it. This ain't it. This ain't it. Like, no shade, but like WAP or whatever and stuff, like those songs, like, like, okay, we get it. It's like, at this point, we get it. We get it. Everybody, more than likely, everyone likes, the beauty of sex. People enjoy sex. But this manipulation, where you just keep people in a low mind, you want to keep people in a low, underdeveloped mind state. You want to pull out the most, I guess, unevolved parts of people. That shit is corny. It's done. It's out of here. There are people who are fully clothed from head to toe, and they do not speak inappropriate or lewd, language, and they're very sexy. It's not like, so this whole idea of, I've got to just appeal to the most underdeveloped parts of human beings in order to just, gain interest, have them be interested, or have them, tune into what I'm doing. That shit is corny. That shit is over. It's done. South Node Scorpio says it. I'm not saying it. I'm not just giving you my opinion. It's done. Like, the imbalanced root chakra shit, people, why? Because people have had sickening experiences at this point. People, people have learned lessons at this point. And the South Node in Scorpio will provide an abundance of lessons if you don't have healthy sexuality, if you don't have a healthy relationship to sexuality. Like, some people are just slaves to pleasure, or slaves to what they perceive to be pleasure, or the pleasure is escapism. Again, we're back to low vibrational Pisces, Jupiter, Neptune, and Pisces. Like it's just really that whole idea of using sex as a tool to just keep people distracted, to keep people like that. It just diminishes the beauty, and it diminishes the power, the inherent power that sexuality holds. So, to be real, you won't be able to, in a manipulative manner, you won't be able to use sexuality as a means of magnetism to overcompensate for the fact that you have this internal void in you. It's overdone. People have had poor, toxic connections off of just, expressing their sexuality that was, irresponsible or just underdeveloped. It's like, it's done. It's done. And you don't want the South Node in Scorpio to really teach you that lesson about toxic, imbalanced, low vibrational sexuality, imbalanced root chakra shit, imbalanced sacral chakra shit. You don't want to deal with that. You don't want to have that experience. So, Scorpio overall is rejection and acceptance. What we reject, what we accept, that's Scorpionic energy. Even Taurus, because remember, they're opposites, and every sign encompasses the energy of the opposite to us. It's the sexual demons. Now, going back to number one, like you said, Amina. Number one, shout to Amina, Oracle Nebula. Shout to my sister. Demons. We talked about demons. Yes, there are actual living entities that we can call demons, but demons are also the darkest, hidden, secretive, toxic emotions that are buried in your subconscious that you may not want to admit exist. Pain, bitterness, resentment, fear, anger, spite. I don't care, right? All of that's coming up with the South Node in Scorpio. I'm kind of reviewing now. And we talked about how those emotions will come up not for the purpose of humiliating you, not for the purpose of you being judged and critiqued by other people, not for the purpose of life just being cruel for the sake of being cruel, but those emotions will come up for the purpose of them being transmuted. And you can't transmute, hey Star, hey Queen MC, Star, everybody in the chat, give flowers, give flowers. While people are here, they worked hard, they deserved it. Give it to them, please. Demons buried in the crevices of the subconscious, meaning that you don't see them. The emotions that you share, like we said, I'm happy, I'm inspired, I'm driven, I'm feeling, empowered. That's the shit we show people. But I hate that motherfucker, that bitch thinks she tried it. I don't like the way. Those emotions you're not showing. They're buried in the subconscious and they're coming up to be transmuted with the South Node in Scorpio, because Scorpio is hidden emotions. Scorpio is secretive emotions. Scorpio is veiled emotions, veiled feelings. So it's all coming up. And it's going to cause us, it's going to cause for us, it's going to call for us to be honest about those emotions, to be truthful and to be realistic about those emotions, because we got to admit that they're there. You know, the illusion of control. I'm kind of reviewing now. The illusion of control. Dark, twisted Scorpio is control, right? But the illusion is that you can control things and you can't. You can only control what's meant for you to control. You can only control the things that are in the realm of you being able to control them. You can't control everything. You can't control this person's destiny. You can't control this person's reality. You can't control what this person likes, what they prefer, what this person accepts, what this person rejects. You control you. That's South Node in Scorpio, because a lot of people out here with this twisted, and I've talked about this occasionally in the past, that imbalanced, twisted, out of sorts spirituality, that's what you want to call it, where people are like, oh, I can control a whole bunch of unnecessary shit about other people and what their desires. And no, you can only control that which you possess. Every now and then, people get lucky. They're like, oh, I control this person. Yeah, some people are weak like that. Some people are easily manipulated. Some people are easily controlled. Some people are easily influenced. Some people are they're impressionable. Maybe you got lucky. But for the most part, you can't control everything and everyone else outside of the realm of what you are responsible for. And that is what the South Node in Scorpio will highlight and emphasize for people. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? All of this misguided, imbalanced spirituality, people calling spirituality, no, we only control that which is meant for us to control, and ourselves. It's better for you to control yourself. It's better for you to want to control yourself. It's better for you to focus on self in a way that you gain greater control over self. When you gain control over listen, you got to put your hands on the steering wheel when you're in your car, right? You can't control that other person that's going to run the stop sign. You can't control that other person that's speeding through the red light. You can control how you're driving, though. If you brake to protect yourself, or if you make a left instead of a right and avoid those irresponsible drivers, you're controlling you at all times. So and then last, low vibrational imbalanced sexuality. I want to touch on. Star posted a video yesterday. It's from Stars in here. I might as well. She posted a video yesterday on her page of a man. He was on the Kendra G blog or whatever podcast, and he was the dating game shit. Oh, I'm looking for I'm single and I'm ready to mingle type shit. But the main part of the interview that I guess was what made it so controversial. It's on her page, I think, if it's still there. Unless I think it was there when I looked. The man was saying that he had just had sex like an hour ago, right? With one of his children's mothers. He said he had 3 babies' mothers, so he had sex with one of them an hour ago. So Kendra, the interviewer, she's like, "Are you serious? What woman is gonna call you and you just had sex an hour ago?" And I'm thinking to myself, and this was my response. Like when I was watching, I'm like, so if he had sex 2 weeks ago, as opposed to an hour ago. Let's say he hadn't had sex for 2 weeks, or we hadn't had sex for 3 days. What difference Like, what difference does it make? Like, he has sex with, he's a sexually active man, and he has the freedom to be sexually active. Now, to tie into this point I'm making about, I mean, because that was a whole controversy. Let me just wrap that up. Why I even brought that up? There was controversy around him saying he had just had sex, and I guess it was like, oh, you just had, yeah. People do have sex and then go make a sandwich. People do have sex and then say, I'm gonna go to the mall and go, pick up some gear. I had sex, I'm done, I got my clothes on, it's over. I have no emotional connection to that experience. That happens. Whether or not you agree with that, whether or not that works for you, I'm not here to judge. And like I always say, I'm a Virgo rising, so I am here to judge. But anyway, but anyway, is that low vibrational? Is that toxic? It depends on what works for you. It depends on what type of partners you like. It depends on the type of criteria a person has to meet in order to get your clothes off. He said, yeah, not emotionally tied at all. Makes for weak sex, but yeah, some people, it's like tying your shoes. I tied my shoes because I didn't want to trip over the shoestring. I have no emotional connection to the experience of tying my shoes. Once I tie my shoes, it's done. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really that mundane for some people. I'm not here to tell you what type of sexuality you need to be expressing as a fully functional adult. You can decide that for yourself. But what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, low vibrational sexuality that really is an extension of imbalances in the chakras and voids, internal voids that people have, and the sex is used as a way to either escape the voids or deny that they exist. I wouldn't go for it. You know what I mean? Not with the South Node in Scorpio. You know what I'm saying? Different strokes, different folks. No pun intended. Different strokes, different folks. Okay. Okay. All right. Different strokes, different folks. But what I'm trying to say is that I feel this is my crown lobe. Do what thou wilt, as they say in the world of magic. Do what thou wilt. But I would say that I feel that conscious, meaning aware, that's all conscious means. Conscious sexuality, high vibrational sexuality, I would think that you would benefit more from that than maybe irresponsible. It's no different than urinating. It's just a bodily function. Ejaculating or having orgasm is no different than urinate. It's a bodily function. I would venture to say that probably won't fare as well with the South Node in Scorpio. Not telling you what to do. It's your time, your body, your life, and yeah, your time. Time. That's the one thing you can't get back. Sexual partners may come and go. Time, you can't get it back. I can't tell you what to do with your time. But, right? I'm not telling you. I'm just saying that because we all different and we all on different frequencies. You know what I mean? We all out here with different agendas, different instructions. I'm following my instruction right now, doing what I'm doing right now. I can't tell somebody else what they shouldn't be doing, who they shouldn't be sharing their energy with. I'm not here to tell you that. You look at the results. That's how you measure anything. Well, what were the results? Actions, and then there's repercussions. What were the results? What were the repercussions that came out of those actions? That's how we decide whether or not we should keep doing those actions. Let's look at the results. At the end of the day, that man on that video, though, let me just make it clear. I'm not bashing him. That man on that video was very honest and very comfortable with the fact that he was like, I had needs and I just had sex. As long as everybody knows what page they're on, you know what I'm saying? If people are honest enough to call you up and say, listen, I don't really like you like that. Matter of fact, I'm not really fully attracted to you, but I actually have bodily needs. Are you willing to be the recipient of, very few people are that honest. Very few people are that candid. I'm not really feeling you like that. I don't really see this going any further. Matter of fact, my time is too precious to give you quality time, but I will give you a little bit of time, enough for me to get these rocks off. Are you willing? Like, If y'all know people that honest, God bless you. Very few people are that honest. That's why people buy prostitutes, because they don't have to do all that explaining. It's an exchange. You provide me a service, I provide you compensation. That's what that is. But in the rest of the people out here, they're not doing monetary exchanges for sexual pleasure. They're pretending to be invested and whatever. I don't care. I'm not all I'm telling you is that just make sure you're clear about your relationship with how you express yourself as a sexual being, how you're vibrating as a sexual being, the type of individuals you incorporate into that vibration, and uh, whether or not the exchange is empowering. Remember, vibrations are being exchanged, energies being exchanged. Did I like the energy that I got back after I gave energy? Do I like what I'm giving, what I'm receiving? All of that. I would just say be very knowledgeable about how you're operating as a sexual being, and sex is power. Sex is power, but not all sex is powerful. Don't let that go over your head. Sex is powerful, but not all sex is powerful, because not all beings are utilizing their power, and not all beings are powerful beings if they have not activated their power. Don't let none of that go over your head. I am going to go. Those were my crown loads. I hope that somebody somewhere was like, I'm glad I logged on to this YouTube live stream, my first YouTube live stream. So I hope somebody found value in all jokes aside. I know I joke a lot, but I hope you guys found value in this live stream and what I was saying and what I was sharing. I felt to share it. That means that if you got the message, you were supposed to get it. Thank you guys for coming over here. If you're not following, this was dope. Really? Okay, great. Because I was like, should I share? I was sitting on this for like 3 days. And then I'm tired. When I come home from work, I'm tired. And sometimes, and there's other things I need to do, other things I got to handle. And I'm like, I will get to it, but depending on the message, I will share it, because it's not meant for me to hold it. It's not meant for me to just contain it and keep it to myself. So I wanted to put that out there. Scorpio is the sign of sex, death, and transformation, and other people's money and control, and all those things I talked about. So the South Node of Scorpio until July 2023 will highlight a lot of the things that I've spoken about today. And on that note, I'm going to say I love you guys. Thank you. We're going to do live streaming from YouTube sometimes. Like I said before, I'm on YouTube more than I'm on Instagram, believe it or not. I'm on YouTube a lot. YouTube, I mean, I'd be like, how do you lay tile in the bathroom? YouTube. Like I'm on YouTube a lot. So I wanted to start giving some energy to my YouTube channel, feeding some life into it. So we're going to do some live streams over here. I will see you guys. Most of you guys are my Instagram family. So I guess I'll see you back over on Instagram. Before I go, I want to thank everyone who gave me positive feedback on my single Stand On It. Stand on it meaning have conviction, don't backpedal, don't switch it up, don't shift gears. Fixed sign shit. Shout out to the fixed sign, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, fixed signs, meaning I'm standing on it. So here we are in Aquarius season. Aquarius is a fixed sign. So thank you everybody who thinks the single is badass. It is badass. It makes you channel your inner rock star. You know what I'm saying? So, turn it up to disrespectful levels. It's heavy metal shit. We're not going soft. Heavy metal is Aquarius energy, because Aquarius is electricity, lightning, all those types of shocking. So we're in tune with the energy. Yeah, you got to catch the replay. You definitely do got to catch the replay. And I'll save it for that reason. So love you guys. Love you guys. Thank you. This is my first live stream on YouTube. And stay in the light and stay beautiful. I love you. Bye.